Welcome back to the Kickoff Podcast. I'm your host, Jaron Carper, with my co-host, Riley Wheeler, Nathan Rudd. We've got a good one in store for you today. We've got our final five, six picks of the mock draft.
Yep.
Top 10 wide receivers. We're going to touch on some recent news that happened. And what else?
I
I think
think
that's
that's
it.
it. Yeah.
We'll also talk about the teams that don't have a first round draft pick. So that's like the Broncos, the Packers, the Colts,
Falcon.
Falcons. Forgettable team. Any other
Wow.
team?
I'm sure it'll come to us when we have the
Yeah.
simulator up.
Yeah. Need to recap our final pick.
Please tell me you have it jotted down somewhere.
No.
Oh wow.
You're in for a trip.
Yeah, we might be messing up some picks here. So we're
Let's
gonna have
see.
to remember this off the dome.
Well, we could always just make I think we know
Yeah, we can kinda just, like, run through here and
Just do
recap
it
the whole
quick
thing.
here.
Mendoza to the Raiders, Reese to the Jets,
Yep,
Maui Noah to the Cardinals,
yep.
David Bailey to the Titans. I actually saw somebody tweet, it said, "This is your reminder to not touch David Bailey with a 10-foot pole," and I think that was crazy.
Well, a lot of people, and I see why people are down on him, is because he's not that established of a run stopper yet. Like, kind of people view him as like a designated pass rusher. Yeah, okay, that one. A lot of people view him as someone that can rush the passer effectively, but maybe not so much stop the run at an NFL level. And so, like, that's still there's still value in that. Like, look at a guy like Nick Benito.
Yeah,
Like, Nick Benito is very much a like designated pass rusher on steroids because he's gonna get like how many sacks did he get last year? Like something crazy, like 13 or 14.
yeah.
Like, if you are good at rushing the passer, it doesn't matter how bad of a run defender you are, because honestly, the league pays you to get sacks.
Yep,
They
yep.
don't care how many TFLs you get at edge rusher. They don't
Right,
care how many
right.
QB hits. You get paid for sacks.
It's
And if David Bailey can get you a lot of sacks, then I think
yeah, yeah.
sure, take
It's
him.
kinda what we touched on last week too, or I think last week. The value of the edge, the preliminary value of the edge is to, um, sack the quarterback, is to get pressures, is to hit the quarterback. And when you're not getting that out of your edge, it kinda all falls apart from there. Trust me, as a Ravens fan, I know what it's like to not get pressure on a quarterback, and run stopping is primarily the interior D line's job. Now, that's not to say an edge shouldn't be trying to stop on the edge, but it's important.
Just finishing up, getting our mock draft to where it should be at.
Wow, you guys remembered all of these picks, bro.
For the most part. But as long as the
Was that Blake
players are
Miller to the Eagles?
no, it's Jordan Tyson.
This was Blake Miller.
This was edge rusher.
No, I thought this was
Scroll up.
it was him.
I thought he was 26 to the Bills.
Oh, was he? Oh, was this
TJ
TJ Parker?
Parker, yeah. Then it was Christian Miller. And then we stopped. And now we're here.
Perfect.
Missed him. There you go. All right. Now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Absolutely. So 27 to the 49ers, where we're gonna start off.
Yeah.
hmm
Anybody got anything?
For a team this good, they do kind of have a lot of need, surprisingly,
Yep.
just with all the injuries they have.
Yep.
Yep.
And I saw one of my coworkers told me a thing that they had heard about how he wants to know when are the Niners gonna not use like, when are they gonna solve the problem of their injuries and not just have it as an excuse? And he described it as
Yeah.
they're committed to, like, the excuse of, "Oh, we were hurt. If we weren't hurt, we would've been great," where it's like, "Okay, well, you were hurt and you've been hurt, so
Yeah.
when are you gonna, like,
Yeah.
sit down and commit to, like, the process of preventing injuries and not just using it as the excuse?"
Right. It
And so I don't know if they'll do this, but I really do think they need to prioritize someone who's, like, been healthy, has had no red injury flags.
I
Because
agree.
the Niners have done this in the past where they will take a player who's, like, very injury prone, like who's in this year's draft, like Jordan Tyson or like Jermod McCoy, like someone coming off a big injury that should be going higher, but ends up at the Niners pick, and it usually burns them. So I think they need to just flip the script right now and just take a player who's been healthy his whole college career, and maybe if it's at a lower draft slot than you want, like maybe if it's like the 45th player on your board and you take him at 27, well, at least you know he's going to be playing every single game. So I think who's been healthy? I think Caden McDonald has been really healthy, and that's another guy. Oh,
Yeah.
they did trade for that Cowboys D tackle. I guess it doesn't fully stop you.
What about
Eichner, yeah, that's a good shout, especially with all the Trent Williams stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking he's a top offensive lineman. I don't really think you got some pieces coming back from the defense, but like you said, they've gotta stay healthy. Do you really think it's that thing next to their practice field that
The electromagnetic waves
yeah,
affecting their tendons in their knees or whatever.
maybe.
Yes. That's what
I
it is.
I think I got to start putting my tinfoil hat on if we're gonna go down that rabbit hole. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm okay with Eichner.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
if you
fine.
wanted to go Pregnon too, if you'd rather have guard, but I would prefer Eichner here.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah.
All
I'm
right,
with you
let's
guys.
go Max Eichner.
He's kinda shot up draft boards recently.
Yeah.
It's he hasn't played a lot of football in his life.
Yeah.
The first down of football he ever played was at his freshman year of community college. He
Oh,
walked onto the team, or maybe not walked on, but he joined the team, and that was like, he's like, "Oh, I've never played football," and he's like, "Dude, you're like, go to his measurables real quick, just for like comparison."
la-da-dee.
6'6",
Dude,
330.
you're 6'6",
Nice.
330. He's just yeah, he's a very raw prospect,
Right.
but he went to the Senior Bowl, and just had a really, really strong showing, and everyone's like, "Whoa, who is this guy?" And then they did more research on him, and it's like, "All right, this guy's like just
Yeah.
a piece of clay, and you
Yeah.
just gotta mold him." And he has the height, weight, speed to be a really good tackle in this league, and just finding the right O-line coach to get him to where he can go.
Is
So,
he the same position as Trent, or is he on the other side?
he's a right tackle,
Right
but
tackle, gotcha.
that's like I was saying, with him learning football, he can learn left tackle.
Yeah, right.
Especially he can sit behind, Trent for a year probably,
Right.
maybe even a year and a half, I don't
Yeah.
know. Texans.
Texan, uh, I think it's kinda silly that PFF has the Texans' top need as a running back.
Well,
I mean, maybe not yeah, maybe not top need, but
yeah.
Well, that's what they've got it listed as.
I know, that
Yeah.
is crazy, man.
Yeah.
I just well, I don't think Woody Marks is
David Montgomery.
oh,
I could state the obvious here. They're not going running back.
uh, yeah, there you go. There you go. You heard it here
Newsflash.
first.
And if they do, what a waste.
This could be D-line.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like what your mouse just hovered
Yeah.
over right now.
I like that.
Because
Alright.
with as good as their defense is, I'm not the biggest
Now
fan of their D tackle group.
yeah. Should
Yeah,
we
I
should
don't
we analyze anyone else? Or
Yeah, we
because
can
I mean,
scroll a little bit.
I
I mean,
think
I'm thinking O-line is definitely gonna be something for them.
we're
Maybe
referencing Caden McDonald, by the way.
yeah,
There's
sorry, Aiden McDonald is
there's
who we're looking at.
Emmanuel Pregnon,
Yep.
which I really like. I've always liked
We
him.
we touched on him last week too.
That'd be about as plug and play guard as you can get.
Right. Yeah.
And then I don't really think that there's much else that we would want to take.
No, I think for me it's between Pregnon or Caden McDonald.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Is there a problem with the, Florida D lineman?
he's another one that is injury
Caleb?
where
Yeah, right here.
he had a really good 2024,
Yeah,
and we were like, okay, he's gonna have a really good 2025, and
right.
then he gets hurt, and it was a foot issue, which is always touchy for D linemen because of how much weight you're putting on your feet when
Gotcha,
you're
yeah.
just exploding off the line.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's a lot of pressure on your foot.
And
Right.
you're big anyway.
Yeah, and I bet he's like probably 6'6", 330, kind of similar to Eichner.
He's
Right.
big.
He's huge, 6'6",
6'6",
330.
Wow, nice.
He's a big guy, and he's putting a lot of pressure on that foot, and
Yeah,
so a lot of teams are like,
I get it. Okay.
well. He's a really good player, though.
He is.
If teams look at the foot and they're like, "We're not worried," he could he could have been like a top 15 pick if he was
Gotcha.
healthy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, I'm leaning more Cade McDonald here.
Yeah.
I would go Gabe
I
McDonald.
like Pregnon, but I think it's still a little high
I'm
for him,
okay. This
give or
is where
take.
I start his
Like,
range is 28
I
to
wouldn't
or
be
27
mad,
to the
but,
Niners, but
Perfect.
the Chiefs again,
who'd they take at 9?
they had, Ruben Bain.
That's who I thought it
Ooh,
was. Dang, dude.
okay.
So, I mean, they solved the edge problem there.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at wide receiver or DB.
I think this is a great spot for somebody like Avion Terrell
I
Yeah.
don't know.
or
I'm kinda thinking either stick on defense
Yep.
and go like Colton Hood.
yeah, I like Colton Hood.
I just
It
I
just sucks that Avion did that to his he got injured at his pro day.
I know, and then even before that, like, I wasn't the highest on Avion Terrell. I mean, he's
Oh,
got, like, really good, like, play strength and, like, he plays the field well. It's just, like, with his athleticism, I was always like, I kinda want more. 'Cause, I mean, and the pro day showed it. I mean, he ran a really slow 40. He didn't have, like, the greatest, like, jump
What was this 40?
4.64.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, that's tough, and
That is tough.
you can also say, like, "Oh, yeah, he probably had a tweak, like, whatever," but then don't run.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
that's more
sorry.
reason to not
And if
draft
you
someone.
tweaked it during it, then,
Yeah,
yeah, that's just
exactly.
really, really unfortunate, but
Right.
I'm just going off what I see. But then also the offensive side of the ball with I think either of the 2 wide receivers,
Yeah.
that being Casey Concepcion and Denzel Boston still left,
Yeah.
I think would be fits on this team.
Yeah.
If I had to pick, I would go Denzel Boston out of the 2, but I don't know how big a Casey
So
Concepcion fan
so
you are.
Jaron, where are you standing on this? Do you like a wide receiver here, or would you like a DB for Kansas City?
I don't mind wide receiver, but I
Yeah,
think if I was Kansas City, I'd rather take a DB. You got
I agree.
nobody.
Yeah.
You've got nobody. We just talked about this at the top 10.
Yeah,
Noah
well,
Williams,
okay,
Christian Fulton, they
uh,
had someone else.
okay, but you can say the same about Rasheed Rice and Xavier Worthy.
Yes, Rasheed Rice, who is constantly in the media for the wrong reason, and Xavier
This is
Worthy,
true.
who's giving you nothing outside of being a run down the field fast type of player. He has not given you what you wanted at 21, and they trade up for him.
Yeah,
So I'm thinking, like, why not get a guy who is the exact opposite of both of those 2 with Denzel Boston, who's a bigger like, he could be like your power slot, where he's, like, elusive enough where you can just stick him right next to the right inside by the tight end. But also, if you wanted him outside, he's got, what, 79% contested catch rate?
76.9
76? Oh,
point
sorry,
still.
eyes aren't working this morning, I guess, I don't know.
That was point
So,
0.9.
yeah,
We can go Boston. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
I'm team Denzel Boston here.
The
Gosh, giving
Dolphins.
Patrick Mahomes another weapon, bro.
Mhm.
Dolphins took the lane.
Dolphins took the lane at 11.
This could be Conception.
He could, but Yeah,
Who
I'd be okay with
who's
that.
their number 1 wide receiver right now?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
I
what
I just think it's a factor of that's one of the weakest position groups
Yeah.
in the whole league
Yep,
is the wide receivers in Miami.
yep,
So, I think you just have to put talented players in there, and
right,
Casey gets shown as a talented player,
yeah.
so, yeah,
Yeah, I'm cool with this pick.
so,
Did you guys wanna I guess, let's touch on why we're going KC here.
yeah.
Like,
We
what are
did
some
end up
things?
taking KC,
Yep,
but
Well, you already drafted Lane.
right.
Their offensive line, not great,
Mhm.
but their wide receivers are worse.
Yeah,
yeah. Let's
yeah,
just the Miami Dolphins, you could make an argument, need anything except running back.
yeah.
They could use a new quarterback somewhere. Now, obviously not in this first round, but they could use an offensive lineman anywhere except center.
Yep,
Save Aaron Brewer, who's
yep.
awesome. They could use a tight end. They could use wide receivers. They could use the defensive line. They could use linebackers, safeties, corners. I mean,
Tell you
they
what,
have
bro.
one of the worst rosters in the league.
Right. This is a great Madden rebuild roster. If you got Madden 26 heading into Madden 27, guys, rebuild the Dolphins, fix it.
Mhm.
Just do it, please.
That'll be a challenge.
Yeah, this is atrocious.
That'll be like those late 2010s Browns rebuilds.
But the good news here is that they got 2 first-round picks, right? So they have 2 opportunities here. Hopefully, they don't miss on either of these players, but if they do miss, it's just gonna be a little tough for the Dolphins, not
Y
gonna lie. Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be some rough years this year.
Yeah.
It's alright, 'cause it's gonna make it that much better when they get a playoff win. I promise.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit here and say I've been down in the dumps as
Yeah.
an Eagles fan in my life, but I mean, I feel like we've all had our teams had down years, and it just makes it especially you more than me and Riley, but, it just makes it that much sweeter. Like, Jaron, what were you saying to me about the Panthers' playoff run this year?
Yeah.
I said that we suck.
No, you said it felt like the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
It
no,
did, it really
you
did.
said that on the pod.
So, like,
I
it just
remember.
Yeah.
stay to the system. You just gotta trust what the GM, what the owner, what the coach is doing, even though you're like, sometimes like, "What is going on?"
Yeah.
Because it makes it that much sweeter when you finally get that run,
Yep.
and you're just like, "Alright, I'm bought in. Like, let's go." I've been suffering through years and years of 3 and 14, 4 and 13, 6 and 11, or then the reverse of it, 9 and 8, barely missing the playoffs. Like, there's so much disappointment in football, which is why when you're good, it makes it so much sweeter than any other sport, in my opinion. So, yeah, Dolphins fans, stick stick to it. Patriots at 31. I kinda like edge rusher here, me personally. What are you thinking?
I'm looking at Malachi Lawrence from UCF.
Ooh, that's a good shout. But I know we usually go Malachi Lawrence, but that's because the guy that I would go here isn't usually available, and that's Zion Young.
I actually like Malachi Lawrence over Zion, yeah.
Oh gosh, here we go again.
Really? Why?
I just I like his mobility better. That's a big thing. Malachi Lawrence has the long arms, and he's fast, and he can get around that tackle. Zion Young's good, but I've liked Malachi Lawrence for a while.
I just think Zion Young is an all-world run defender in this class,
Yeah.
and he's shown enough to where I think the pass rush will come along to warrant a first-round pick. Now, I know he's got pass rush. I mean, you can look at the sack numbers and then pressure rates and all that. He had 8 sacks last year, so it's not like it's not there. It's just not as, like, prominent, I guess. I don't
Right.
know. He's when you're drafting Zion Young, you're drafting him as a run defender, and I would take him over Malachi Lawrence because Malachi Lawrence does not stop the run.
No.
But he's got a higher pass rush runway, but that was also in the Big 12 compared to
Yeah.
the SEC, so
Yeah.
it's only slightly.
The debate between you want pass rush or run stop.
It's the same debate as last week, bro.
But I think if I were to, like, quantify it, like, with numbers, I'd say if Malachi Lawrence is like an 80 pass rush and probably like a 60 run stop, I think Zion Young is like an 85 run stop and like a 70 pass rush. So where it's like, yes, Malachi Lawrence is the better pass rusher, but I
Yeah.
think Zion Young is that much better of a run defender to where it's like, all right, I'll take Zion Young here.
Okay, we can go Zion.
Yeah.
Right. Zion Young.
I think what kinda sold me there was Zion being in the SEC. I think that is
You're just going against more NFL
yeah,
ready thinkers.
yeah, like, SEC in general is just kinda NFL, like, ready teams, or maybe not teams, but, like, players
Yeah.
all over, so, yeah.
Mhm.
Big Ten on top.
And Big Ten too.
Big Ten too.
Alright, well, Nate, you know who my pick is here.
Hey, you can go ahead. You can try to
Let's
tell Riley
see.
on it.
Yeah, let's see.
Brandon Cisse.
Now why Brandon Cisse? Tell me, tell the viewers.
Well, I
Yep.
think DB is in play here,
Yeah,
and I Colton Hood's still on the board,
it's
and
true.
Avion Terrell.
I'd like the jury to know I would go with Colton Hood, but I feel like I've kinda had the floor with the last, like, 4 picks, so I'm just gonna let Jaron pick his guy here because he loves taking
Yeah,
Cisse to the
yeah.
Seahawks, and I don't
Avion
hate it.
Avion Terrell has that injury, and I do think he's gonna drop out of the first. I know I talked about him to the Chiefs, but
Yeah.
I do think that it's gonna be a big blow for him draft stock wise. I like Colton Hood too, don't get me wrong, but Brandon Cisse already had a top 30 with the Seahawks, and I like Cisse more than Colton Hood. His man coverage is not great,
That's why I'm not high on him.
but his zone is I he he can play corner, and I think this is one of those weird times where you don't like Colton Hood is good, but Cisse, I just I like the way Cisse plays more than Colton Hood. Like to just be like straightforward.
Yeah.
I like Cisse better in Seattle. I think it fits Seattle more than Colton Hood does. I mean, if you guys want Colton Hood, we can go Colton Hood.
I'm team Colton Hood. It'd be I just feel like I've kinda taken the floor on the last couple picks, so,
Yeah.
like, if you were really committed on Brandon Cisse, I'll let you take him, but I'm just saying I would take Colton Hood 'cause I think he's stepped up when Javon McCoy got hurt and almost replicated what Javon McCoy did in 2024. I mean, Colton Hood had a really, really strong showing this year, and I I I would take Colton Hood, but like I said, I've taken the floor on the last couple
So
picks, and I don't wanna
so
just
Colton Hood is better at man coverage than Cisse is, and Cisse is
he's
better at zone coverage than Colton Hood is.
I would say they're pretty even on zone.
I
Pretty
would
even.
say Colton Hood is the better covered corner,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but where Cisse excels more than Hood would is he's more physical, he's more better at defending the run.
Mm.
So, like, you can have Cisse down in that, like, nickel role, and he can just
Oh, okay.
run
Interesting.
down and hit the running back,
Yeah.
where Colton Hood is go set him on. So, like,
Yeah.
if you're in the formation and the running back lined up on the right side of the quarterback, just go have Colton Hood sit on the left side and just lock up that receiver. And then you have your big nickel like Wari run down and hit. And that's another reason why I'm not the biggest fan of Tisay is because they kind of already have that nickel guy with Nick
Okay.
Wari who's going to do that same job. And so then if you draft Cisse, that's like, all right, now you kind of have two of the same players. So it's either you put Cisse out on an island, which I'm not a fan of, or you put Wari at deep safety, which I'm also not the biggest fan of. So that's why I'm team Colton Hood. But if you want to go Cisse, I'm okay with that
Yeah.
because I don't think I know I'm bashing on Brandon Cisse, but I'm not a hater. I do like
No,
him.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got
But
ball skills. He's got really good just zone awareness, like we
Yeah.
were just talking about with zone coverage. He's
Right.
just very aware and like knows what he needs to do. But it's just there's things that I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
what are you thinking?
Dude, let's roll the dice on Cisse, bro.
Okay.
I think I do like that argument though, Nate. I think that's a very strong argument for having kinda like 2 of the same players. It just isn't obviously ideal, but I'm down to rock with them.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to print this out, and we should post this on Instagram for, like, something like
Yeah,
this.
we can save the image.
We have our official
Boom.
mock draft.
Yeah. Now we're gonna talk about the teams that don't have first round picks, kinda see, like, who they would.
Yeah,
Everybody's got a second round though, right? Like, out of the teams
Yes,
that
every
don't
so,
have a
yeah, it
first?
would.
yep.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Technical difficulties. Didn't specify. Yeah.
So, the 5 teams without first round picks are Colts, Falcons, Packers, Jaguars, and Broncos.
Mhm. We're gonna talk about those now.
Let's do it.
We're gonna let the computer sim the first 45 picks till we get to the Colts,
Okay.
so we're gonna do that now. Alright. So we got a couple options here. Um, R. Mason Thomas is on the board. Chase Besantis at guard. I do like him. I don't know if he'll make it here in real life, but
Damn.
we're given what the board we're taking what the board gives us. So
Well,
Jeremy Bernard would not be a bad pick here.
that's where I was gonna go.
That's fine, yeah.
Because you've got Alec Pierce, I get that. You just paid him a big contract, but you lost Pittman. You traded him out. You shipped him out to Pittsburgh, and then
Josh Downs.
Josh Down.
Yeah.
If you're gonna roll the dice and stick with Daniel Jones,
Yep.
give him some weapons.
I
Yeah.
mean, Alec Pierce at 1, Jeremy Bernard is your Z, and then put Josh Downs in the slot.
Yeah.
That's not a bad receiver room.
Yeah. No, that's a solid receiver room.
And I really like Jeremy Bernard.
Yeah.
Yeah, go with it.
Is there a reason why he's falling this short though?
Because I always say this with him, he's very much like Jarvis Landry, where
Oh,
he
okay.
is not an athlete at all.
Okay.
Maybe he's more of an athlete than Jarvis Landry was,
Right.
but very, very, very reliable hands and a pretty strong route runner
Okay.
where I think he can just be a very solid D. So, like, Alec Pierce takes all the weight off of being your X wide receiver and, like, where all the attention's going, and I think Jeremy Bernard can win you games, just winning over the middle of the field
Yeah.
and just being very, very reliable to catch one. I think you can check real quick. I think he may have only had, like, 1, maybe 2 drops. He had 1 drop this year, and I think that was his only career drop. He does not drop the ball. But he's just not that amazing of an athlete, so
Had a great game against Tennessee.
Yeah.
PFF. Yeah,
Falcons.
I like that. Now we got Falcons.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what PFF is recommending. I think Lee Hunter is not a bad pick. If he's here, I don't know if he's here. He might be gone. He's gone. But
Uh,
I saw someone else. Oh, what are you
Jake
thinking?
Golday would be so fun. I'm so high on Jake Golday.
Scroll up a little bit. There is one that I saw.
Deontay Scott.
Malachi Lawrence is still here,
Yeah.
He's still here.
and Gabe Jackus. But I would go Malachi Lawrence. I worry about James Pierce Jr. I think he'll play, but that's a sticky situation.
So Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah, I mean, we touched on him earlier. The fact that he's still here is kind of mind-boggling for me.
He's very much you're projecting a lot with him,
Yeah.
where he is like Jaron said, he's got the long arms, he's got
Right.
the frame, like he can be like height, weight, speed can be an NFL pass rusher. It's just a lot of like, all right, you need to do this to get there. You need to do this. And so
Gotcha.
it's a lot of projection.
Gotcha.
So if you have the right D-line coach, yeah, he's gonna be a beast. Yeah, let's go
Yeah,
with it.
I'm good with that.
Alright, and we skip to the Packers at 52
We lost, Gabe Jacas, Chris Brazell,
and
and
Gabe
Chase.
Jacques or, Chase Pasantis. Sorry. Packers, um, Packers are really strict with who the measurables, and Keith Abbey has not great measurables. Maybe Keontae Scott, he's a little old. I think he's 20, will be 25. Go down a little bit. I don't know, I feel like Joshua Joseph is the guy they would take at Tennessee,
Yeah, it does
or
sound like
Traden
it.
Stukes, I see
Yeah,
that. It's just where would I think he's more of a safety, and I don't know if they necessarily need safety.
Wow, really high PFF grade.
But he's
yeah.
elite in
He
coverage. I'm good at his measurables real quick. It's the Keontae Scott debate where
Yeah.
they're both 24,
Yep.
both going to be 25, and
Mhm.
so it's just which player do you like? And I think the Packers probably would gravitate more toward Braden Stukes.
probably. I probably would too.
I'm a big fan of Keontae Scott. He's
No, I am too, but I do like trading over Deontay.
fair.
But that it's just like personal
Yeah.
preference. They're so
Yeah.
similar.
Mhm. Well, similar positions and similar age, but I think they don't necessarily do the same thing. Keontae Scott is an elite nickel run defender.
Yeah,
Like, if you watch some, like, of those Miami games, they would load up one side of the field with, like, a bunch of just bodies, and then they would put Ruben Bain and Keontae Scott on the other side and just say, like, "Alright, pick your poison. Do you wanna run at these, like, 5 people, or do you wanna run at a guy who's gonna go top 10 in the draft
Yeah.
and is an amazing run defender, and then the best nickel run defender in college.
Yeah.
So just pick your poison." Like, that was their game plan. It was just, "What do you guys wanna do?" So, I think he's a great run defender, and Traden Stukes is really good in coverage. So, yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking?
do we wanna go corner? We don't have to. I mean, Gold is on the
I'm
board, or Mason Thomas.
I'm thinking they're gonna go corner because they probably want more out of that position group, where I saw you were highlighting linebacker, and I could see that, especially with losing Quay Walker, but
Yeah.
I think they still love Edgerrin Cooper,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and they've been playing who's that one linebacker? Uh, Isaiah McDuffie, I believe. I think they're pretty high on him,
You want
like,
me to look up
in
their
the
depth
front
chart?
office. No, I think it's Isaiah McDuffie, I got it. So, I pushed back on linebacker, but they could really fall in love with Jake Golday, and I wouldn't blame them for it.
I followed it. I fell in love with Jake Goldie too. But I'm not, like, set in stone with him.
I would probably go Traden Stukes. I think that's a player they would go after, but
Yeah.
That's fine.
and I could see Stukes in a Packers jersey.
Yeah. Yeah, I could.
Oh,
What'd you just touch on?
I s Eagle
PFF sim
Eagles
drafted, the
got
Eagles got
Eagles got,
Halsey.
AJ Halsey.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
Halsey.
I'm a big fan of his.
Okay.
I saw a stat the other day. I'll bring it up very briefly because it's the safety we were talking about.
Yeah.
On average, 19 safeties get drafted in the draft,
Wow.
like, through all 7 rounds.
Wow.
See.
It's kind of a lot more than it's a lot more, but, like, not a lot.
Yeah.
Like, it's that weird, like, bridge of, like
Well, I don't know, because you start 64 safeties, Now across the entire league, across all 32 teams, there's 64 starting safeties
Yeah.
and 19 going in 1 year. That
Yeah.
just shows the turnover rate for safeties.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
surprisingly high.
Yeah.
I have a fun pick for this Jaguars pick,
Let's hear
and
it.
I
Shoot.
think it's Jadarian Price.
Darian Price. Ooh.
You just lost Travis Etienne. I mean, you got Bashaw Tootin, but I don't think Bashaw Tootin is like an every down running back where you could just
Yeah.
give him like so many carries every year.
I like this.
Yeah.
And Jadarian Price could be a superstar because a lot of teams look at mileage for running backs of like how many carries do you have coming into the NFL? And Jadarian Price has been sitting behind Jeremiah Love for the
Yes.
last 2-3 years,
Yes.
so he doesn't have the bulk of carries that a lot of like second round running backs would. Like think of like Jonathan Taylor a couple years back. He
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
getting carry after carry after carry with the Badgers, or Javonte Williams was splitting carries with Marion Hampton,
Yeah.
or no, Michael
Johnson.
Carter, and they both went the second round. So there's a lot of mileage that comes with second round running backs, which is kind of why they go in the second. But I think Jadarian Price could be a home run pick.
Yeah.
And
Could I
Second running back on the board, right?
yep,
yeah.
Yeah.
Can I throw in Jake Golday? Just food for thought.
Yeah.
yeah, they did lose Devin Lloyd. That's a good shout.
They did lose Devin Lloyd.
Yeah, they did. Heck yeah, they did.
Yeah, absolutely
Yeah,
they did.
I don't know who else they would have for that linebacker
Keep
room.
pounding, baby.
Shout out Carolina Panthers, man.
I was waiting for it.
Let's go. All right, back to the Jags.
Brainwash all of you to be a Carolina Panthers fan.
You load up the Jags linebacker room, please. I'm
Sure
just
thing.
blanking on who's still there. I think this will determine if I go Jake Golden. I'm also thinking like Liam Cohen is an offensive guy.
Yeah, Price would be
He's
such
gonna
a fun
want like
pick.
he could just like say like, dude, you are legit, and you're sitting here at pick 56.
Yeah, I could totally see him doing that.
I don't think Jadarian Price will be here in the real draft. So I
Yeah.
hate to give your hopes up, Jags fans, but I don't think this is a possibility unless you trade up. Oh, they have Boye Sadaluakun and then Ventrell Miller.
A lot.
Yes.
Trying that one. Different time. Ventrell Miller.
What, Boye Sadaluakun?
Aluakun is what I was trying to get at. Was Aluakun, and then I kept throwing it. I don't know. We'll move on.
I kind of want to go Jadarian Price just because he's not going to be here in the real draft, just to give like Jag fans like
Yeah, bro.
what could be.
That'd
That's
be fun. That'd be fun.
Because
drafting him.
I do think Jake Golday could be there.
I'm drafting him.
So
Yeah.
Sweet, dude.
all right,
And then Denver
Broncos at
Broncos.
62.
This would be where I would love the tight end.
Yep.
But do we want to reach for Max Clay?
I don't know if this is necessarily a reach, in my opinion. I think this is kind of where he could go, and I feel like this gets brought up every time the Broncos pick. But Sean Payton, Baker,
Yeah.
is looking for like his Joker role, like where you could just do like a jack of all trades type thing. And Max Baer has done that. When he was at Purdue, when he got all those yards, he was sitting at like 220 at tight end. That's a wide receiver.
Yeah, that is.
And so like he's shown the ability to play like a super lightweight tight end. And then at Ohio State, they're like, all right, we're gonna teach you how to actually play tight end.
And they beefed them up.
And they beefed him up to 245.
245.
And they taught him how to block better. And I just think he's shown the versatility to where he can move all around the field. He can be a big slot. He can be an inline tight end. He could be like even like an H back. Like he can just move all around the formation. And I think that would really help the Broncos out.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't mind D-line here because they did lose John Franklin Myers. I don't know who's kind of here at edge. Not sorry, edge.
Man, remember when we were talking about Romello Height first round?
Yeah, I never saw it in the first place.
No, but he was getting
Yeah,
out
no,
there
I
quite
saw it.
quite
Yeah, I saw it. It's
quite a
just
lot.
he had the counting stats where everyone's like, "Yep, get him in," and then he's testing, and it's like, "Oh, you're kinda small."
I'm not gonna, like, talk like, take him here, but Jaron Crawford, ooh, when
Yeah.
I watch I'm pretty sure he's been at Auburn
I don't know.
the
I don't know
last
much
2
about him.
years, I think. 'Cause
Like, prior school, I've watched Keon Keon
Yeah.
Keyron Crawford, but
when I was watching Keldrick Falk, he'd pop up a lot. It'd be like their 1-2. It was nice. But you can take Joshua Justice here, he just yeah, that maybe it's the orange bias, but
he does the same things as Nick Benito does. He's a
that's
designated
true.
pass rusher who can maybe be a 3 down edge. I Derek Moore's a good shout here. If you wanted to take Derek Moore, I would do it.
Yeah,
What's gonna be more valuable here? Tight end or edge?
Edge.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you are kind of a
Well,
yeah, you how many of these guys do you know?
Nate briefly, we hopped in a Discord call. We briefly talked about a couple of these second round picks. I don't know that we've talked about
Yeah.
any of these,
No,
but
we haven't gotten to end the second round yet, but
that's
we're
okay
getting
though.
there. I would probably go Derek Moore.
I'm
Yeah,
fine with
I'm
that.
I'm so fine with that because I would
Counting
agree. I do
stats he's
think,
got,
yeah, I
all
do
that.
think edge is going to be more valuable than your tight end. So what were our 4 picks there or 5 picks there?
Um,
And it's not going to
Derek
show it.
Moore to the Broncos.
Yeah,
yeah,
Then we had who Jaguars took Darian Price,
yeah,
and then the
probably won't be
Falcons
there.
took, um,
Malachi Lawrence.
Malachi Lawrence.
Yeah,
Packers took the, trade on Duke. That's 4.
Yep,
yes,
and the
Then
for
Broncos.
Colts
Oh,
Colts
Colts
took,
took
wide receiver.
wide
Jeremy
receiver out of
Bernard.
Alabama. Yeah,
Yep.
Jeremy Bernard.
Yep.
Who'd the Eagles take? Who'd they give us in the first?
Oh,
Avion Terrell. CJ Allen.
That's
Good.
not bad. We didn't have him in our first
wait, who
round.
did the Ravens take? Because Vega went to the Browns here.
Oh,
Kenyon
Kenyon
Sadiq.
Sadiq. Hmm. Interesting. Okay.
the
What
Isaiah Likely replacement.
what
Yeah, I suppose.
what's your guys' little thing? Flock or something?
Uh,
Ravens flock.
yeah, Ravens flock.
Ravens flock.
Flock. Yeah. Ruben Bay went 2 to the Jets. Jeremiah Love 3 to the Cardinals. Okay, that's enough. Um,
Do you
Alright.
guys wanna touch on the trade that happened yesterday?
Yeah, we can touch on it
yeah,
quick. You could pull up,
Well, yeah, I was gonna
yeah, you
say
could
while
pull
I
up
get
my top 10 for our wide receiver segment. But speaking of wide receivers, the Eagles and Packers made a trade for a wide receiver, and it's
yeah,
not the Eagles wide receiver that has been in the news. It is actually a Packers wide receiver going to the Eagles.
yeah,
Dontavion Wicks was traded to the Eagles for a 2026 fifth and a 2027 sixth round pick. And honestly, I like this move for both teams because let's say AJ Brown gets traded, and I think he will. You have that combo of Marquise Brown and Dontavion Wicks,
yeah,
which both have the potential to be a low, and I stress low, wide receiver 2 value where, like, they could step up and give you maybe something that a wide receiver 2 could do next to Devontae Smith. And then if he does end up staying, AJ Brown ends up staying, then you kinda have, like, a really, really solid wide receiver 3/4 in both of them. And so I think this is, like, a pretty low risk.
yeah,
I argue you could have gotten something similar to this value with that 5th round pick regardless, but I think Dontavion Wicks it's gonna be hard to find a player like Dontavion Wicks in the 5th this year. So and we got the extension for him. Signed him to a 1-year, $12.5 million extension to keep him on contract through 2027. So we have him for at least the next 2 years, and that's kinda how the Eagles operate is we have our main 2 of AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, but then our wide receiver 3 is a grab bag each year. It's been Jahan Dotson the last couple of years. Before that, it was like, uh, Greg Ward and, uh, Quez Watkins. And now we have Dontavion Wicks, who has the height, weight, speed to be a NFL wide receiver 2,
Yeah.
just really struggles with drops and isn't the most polished in top of the routes, in my opinion. So, I don't know. I think this is a good move for both teams because, like I said, with the Eagles, but for the Packers also, you free up playing time for your main 3 of Watson, Golden, and Reed, and you save, I think, $3,000,000 on the cap. So
2.6.
2.6 million on the
Yep.
3,000,000 on the cap, and yeah, I mean, and you get a couple extra middle round picks. So,
Yeah.
and Packers can do pretty good on those middle round picks. So I think it's a good trade for both teams. Yeah.
I like Dontavion Wicks. He's a
Yeah.
great deep threat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, well, you guys touched on it. I got everything pulled up, so
All right.
it's
All
time
right.
to jump into our top 10 wide receivers going
Oh,
into
yeah.
next year. Riley,
Yeah.
you get to start.
Yep. Same as always, 10
We'll
through
go
6.
10 through
Yep. 10 through
6,
6.
and then how we've done it for the last one. So,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. All right. My number 10 is Nico Collins.
ooh, okay.
Number 9 is Rashee Rice.
Ooh,
Number 8, this might be a little high, but I'm really high on this player. Drake London at 8.
that's
Um,
good.
Number 7, I got Malik Neighbors. And at number 6, this was like one that I was like debating for probably like a good hour. I was at the gym while making this list and I was like sitting there for the past hour. I'm like, I can't put him this low, but I have to. It's Justin Jefferson, just simply
Okay.
for okay. We'll talk about it later, but
My number 10 is Tuttle McMillan.
Oh, I knew it.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. He will be a top 10 wide receiver next year.
Go. Just go.
Then my number 9 is Malik Neighbors. My number 8 is AJ Brown. My number 7 is Nico Collins, and my number 6 is Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
All right. My 10 through 6. At number 10, I have Malik Neighbors. At number 9, I have George Pickens. At number 8, I have Nico Collins. At 7, I have AJ Brown. And at 6, I have Amon-Ra St. Brown. All right. Who's like the unique ones that we each have? So you have Tedrow McMillan.
Absolutely.
I think we all had
You have Drake London as a solo. And then
I
I
have
have,
Drake London, yeah.
I think, did anyone else have George Pickens? Just me.
No,
No.
just
Okay.
you.
That's a
So
good
yeah,
shot
they're
Who
though.
did you
all
have at your 10?
I had Nico Collins. Nico Collins.
Who'd you have at 9? Rashee Rice?
Rashee
Rice.
That's
Rice, yeah.
another
That's
solo.
another
Yeah.
solo.
Okay. How about we talk about common ones? I think
Yeah.
we all have AJ Brown
We
or
we all had Nico Collins and Malik Neighbors.
okay.
And then yeah,
Yeah, I
those are
guess
the 2 that
we
we
can
had.
talk about Malik.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have him at 9.
Yeah.
You have him at 10. So I think we're pretty similar on these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think just coming off of the injury, you've got other pieces in New York now. Jackson Dart, like, Jo is it John or Jim that went?
John.
John.
John. You're gonna have a new kind of, I would assume, a new play, like, you're gonna have a new
Yeah.
system.
I got Matt Nagy to call the plays on offense, so he'll be
So I think Malik Neighbors is great.
OC.
Yeah.
You know, I just think you're coming off the injury, you've got a new
Yeah.
coach, you've got other player, like, I think it's gonna be a good year for him, but just the fact of the outside factors, I think will kind of
Yeah, I think we see him
stunt.
similarly where I just I think he's a more talented player than the 10th best wide receiver in the league, but I have to just be very cautious with that injury
Yeah.
where you don't
Yeah.
you don't mess around with ACL injuries. Like those can be career ending or the career altering.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like we saw this star-studded rookie season he had and I loved it. And then week 2 he just I don't know, week 3, 4, maybe 4. Week 4 maybe, I don't know. But it was early on in the season regardless. And you've only had 4 weeks with your quarterback, and so there could be a thing of
Yeah,
How's that gonna look
that's
Right.
true.
for
I
the
didn't
full season?
didn't even
Right.
think that.
But it looked good for the
Yeah,
4
it looks
games, so
great.
I'm not
Yep.
really
Yeah.
I'm not stressing that point. I'm more stressing that there was the injury, so he could look a little different, and you're still on that MetLife turf, which is just
Yeah.
a killer. So, I
When are
mean,
they gonna
I'm just
change that?
being very cautious with Malik
They
Neighbors.
need to.
When are they gonna
If
change
he
it
has a
though?
full season like he did his rookie year, I might just throw him right in that top 5,
Yep.
but I'm just being cautious.
Yep.
Did you, Riley, have Nico Collins?
Yep. 10.
I I feel like he's oh, like, I feel like he's underrated. I feel like he's not talked about enough.
Where'd you have him?
Yeah.
I had Nico 7
He was in and out
overall.
last year though, wasn't he? Like, with injury-wise?
Uh,
I don't
I don't
think
know.
maybe he missed a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
not like I
Oh, he
just
did. Yeah, because, there was a couple weeks where it was the I
Iowa
you'll
State.
appreciate yeah,
Yeah.
all Iowa State receiving
Yeah.
corps. It was
That's
Jaden Higgins, Jalen
that's
Noel,
true.
Xavier
Xavier
Hutchinson.
Hutchinson, yeah.
Yep,
Yep.
both clowns.
I just feel like
But
Nico Collins
yeah.
isn't very like we talk about
Yeah.
we talk about Pickens and Neighbors and AJ Brown and
Well,
and
because
then
they make the flat. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
no, no, it's
but they
fine.
make the flashy plays. Nico Collins
That's
is
what I'm
the
talking like the
who needs 25 yards,
He's Tim
boom.
Duncan, bro.
Who you're not getting like the 6 I don't
Yeah.
know, he does get it. He does get the 60-yard touchdown, like,
Yeah.
he can that's why he's so good,
Yeah.
but he is a chain mover.
Yep.
He is a chain mover.
No.
He is not gonna get you
And
like these
yeah.
like 70-yard bombs. He's
Yeah.
gonna get you the 20-yard digs.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's why I have him in the top 10. It's just reliability, route running, his frame. His frame is amazing. Yeah, no, he's just a great all-around wide receiver. Just yeah, in and out of games this year. Hopefully he bounces back though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So hopefully he stays healthy.
Nate, do you want to talk about Pickens or Riley? You want to talk about Rasheed
Yeah, I'll talk
Rice?
about Pickens real quick.
Yeah.
I always thought he was better than the counting stats were in uh Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
where I think some of if I were to list my top 10 catches I've ever seen in my life, I think George Pickens probably occupies that list at least 3 times.
Yeah.
He is an acrobat in the air. There's times where I've seen him, like, he's fully on his side, and he extends his right arm out and just naps it right there. I think it was that Browns game where
Yeah.
he was, like, off balance in midair, just snagged it like this, reeled it in, I was like, "How?" He has some of the best, like, in-air catch physics I've seen, and he proved it this year with Dallas. I think he's
Yeah.
3rd in the league in
Yeah.
receiving yards. I mean
He
and
was an
yes, CeeDee
honorable
Lamb
mention.
missed some
Yeah, no, he's
time, but
honorable mention for me too.
I I I just needed to see 1 year
Yeah.
where he's just like, "Alright, I'm gonna just take over," and he did. So, I'm putting him in my top 10,
Yeah.
'Cause
and
CD dropped out.
Yeah.
yeah, and we'll talk about CD still, but I I was always higher on George Pickens. I'm not gonna sit here and say, like, "Yeah, I knew he'd be, like, this
Right.
dominant in
Right.
Dallas," but I definitely thought he would improve because Dak Prescott's the best quarterback he's ever played with, in my opinion.
Yep.
And I don't think that's a crazy take, actually. But he finally showed it, and I'm ready to put my stamp of approval. And this is coming from a division rival. Those Cowboys wide receivers got it, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Touch on
Or
Rasheed Rice?
yeah, or Drake. Either one.
I'll touch on Rasheed Rice first. I think obviously got stuff in the media, injury history too. But he couldn't as long as he stays out, I think he's an incredible weapon, especially when you got the second best quarterback throwing to you. And schematically with Andy Reid and that offense, he's just going to be schemed open. And that was a big thing when making this list. And it's one of the reasons I had Justin Jefferson lower than others is like just it's schematics. Like, can you get it done in the scheme you're currently in? Can you win games in the scheme you're currently in? Can you put up numbers in the scheme you're currently in? And I think Rasheed Rice can, once again, if he could stay out of the drama. But we'll see if he can. I think he's talented. He's got it all there. Um, Definitely the X for the Chiefs. So I really like Rasheed Rice.
When
You want
real
to touch
quick,
on
yeah, you also had Drake London.
Drake
And
London,
Drake
yeah.
London was, like, I think 11th for me. Like,
Yeah.
he was just off
Yeah.
my list. So
I'm high on Drake London. I think that he doesn't get as many targets as he should. Um, but again, you got Bijan Robinson with you, so obviously he's going to take up some of the targets. Uh, Kyle Pitts, he was good for the end of the season last year for sure. And then we have, um, I think Darnell Mooney was still there at that time. I mean, he was
probably.
taking up
I
some
think he was
targets.
hurt, though.
Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But
don't know.
stands.
I like Drake London. I think he's a great route runner, great
Yeah.
hands. You know.
I like Drake London, too.
Yeah.
No, I
I did
love him. That Patriots game he had where he had the 3 touchdowns, and they were
Yeah.
all just red
Yeah.
zone phase. I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you could tell me that was Julio Jones in a number 5 jersey, and I
Red
would've been
zone
like, "Alright,
beast,
I could
man.
see it."
Yep.
I did honestly just, like, brain chart him.
It's alright. I mean,
There,
there's
there's a
definitely
lot
debate.
of wide receivers though.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
ton that could be
I
top 10.
remember when the NFC South, it was like Drake London, Chris Olave. Who's better? It's just
Yeah.
like Drake or Chris
Chris
Olave's
Olave is
got
still really good, though.
concussions.
I'd still put Chris Olave in my top 15.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I would too,
yeah.
but, like, I'm just saying, like, the concussion. Be
Yeah,
better.
sure. Darren, you wanna touch on your boy?
Absolutely, I wanna touch about my boy.
Let's do it.
Settle McMillan had 1,000 yards last year.
Yep.
What?
Hey, you can't already hate watch, bro. Come on.
Alright. Had 1,000 yards last year. We're only getting better. Bryce Young ball is back. We're getting prime Bama Bryce coming up soon. The team is getting better. He's got a full year in the books of game speed and playing, NFL level talent because he's in the NFL. Um, he's getting closer with Bryce. He's getting closer with Canales. Like, I just think it's gonna be this like slow to quick, like boom, 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 boom per pet. Hopefully he stays healthy, but I truly think if we've got pieces now on the team. Bryce needs to just keep taking these steps. I mean, I wish they'd be a little bit faster, but I'll take what I can get. I won't, beggars can't be choosers. But I just think that we keep getting better, and Pet is only going to get better. So, and there's some bias. I won't lie. I won't beat around the bush.
Yep.
But
Is there maybe 1 or 2 more players we could touch on in this 5 to 6 to 10?
did you have AJ Brown?
I did not.
In your whole top 10,
In
or
my
is he
whole
in your
top 10, I have
Oh,
him.
Darren, what about you?
I had him 8.
Okay, we can talk
I
about him
had
then.
those 2 spots.
Mm,
Nico and AJ.
okay. Yeah, we can talk about AJ. I mean, he's been in the media for all the wrong reasons, but I think with him being in the media, everyone's forgotten how dominant of a player he is.
Yeah.
And I think I was being soft, and I think 7's too low. I would put him like 5, but I was like, I don't think that's consensus. I'll put him at 7.
Yeah.
And then I kind of thought about it. I'm like, all right, maybe he is 7, but I he is dominant at the catch point. He runs really good routes. I mean, he
Yeah.
doesn't have the super, super long speed, but he's fast enough where he can get past the safety. He can split the safeties and run up the
Yeah.
middle.
And his jump. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
his
that
high
goes into
point
the
and
catch
everything.
point. Yeah, he is one of, if not the best at the catch point, where if you just throw it up,
Yep.
like he is he won us a lot of games because F it, AJ Brown's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
He killed the Titans. He killed the Steelers. He killed the Commanders. Like, there's games where he just takes over, and you're like, dude, we don't even need Devontae Smith. And then there's also games where Devontae Smith will just say, like, dude, we don't even need AJ
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Or like the Vikings this year. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith combined for like 260
Yeah.
yards. Like, and Devontae Smith was also one of my honorable mentions. I had him about like 12, 13 for me, and that's also equals bias, but I don't care.
Yeah.
AJ Brown is a really, really good player, and I really just hope he's out of the media and we can just see him play football again, so people can just like, even if he goes to the Patriots or goes to another team, I'll still be a fan because I'm like, he's you don't just get 3 all pros in a row and say that like you're not top 10. I mean, this is the first year he wasn't an All-Pro in an Eagles jersey. I think that's wild to me.
I only put him a little bit lower because I just don't know what the future holds team.
Yeah.
I just
I will never question the ball player of A.J. Brown,
absolutely
maybe the
not.
character or, like I was always confused. So we won the Super Bowl with him, and he made a post saying, like, "Now that I've experienced climbing the mountain and staying at the top, I've realized it's not what I thought it'd be, and I actually just strive to look at a person lined up to me and, like, saying, 'Yeah, I'm gonna end you today.'" Like, he is more fueled for football of thrill of the hunt and, like, wanting to be better than the guy lined up across from him
Yeah,
than winning.
right.
And then, unfortunately, that's just kind of all the Eagles care about is how can we win the football game, not who can get these yards or who can do this. It's like we don't care about counting stats. It's how can you win? And we
Yeah,
didn't do the best job of that last year, but
Yeah.
last couple of years we've done a pretty good job of winning. And so I think we're just kind of
it I
moving
think,
on.
I think I he's obviously honorable mention, at least for me, but it was big recency bias for the media, like, just
There.
it felt like every week he was complaining about, like, "I'm not getting enough targets, they gotta start throwing me the ball more," and it's like what you just said, I think A.J. Brown does care about winning, but I think he does care about his statistics a little bit more and being better than the guy across the line, but no, I think better than Nico Collins in terms of talent, it's just off the field, in the media, I can't get behind the
Yeah.
character.
Fair.
I really quick before we get into
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
top
Go
5, I
ahead.
wanna touch on Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah,
Okay.
I I I have I like he's in such a weird tier of wide receivers for me. Like,
Where'd you
I
have him again?
I've met 6,
6.
so
Okay.
we're together on that. Did
Okay.
you
I have him up there, yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I look at these, like, top 5, at least, like, my top 5, and, I feel like Amon-Ra just is missing this, like, last step to be a elite wide receiver.
Okay.
It's such a weird just the what do you like
No, I think he is. I mean, 6 is I almost debated putting him at 5 over
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb, but
yeah.
I'll have reason we'll talk about CeeDee Lamb. And, I mean, Riley, do you have Amon-Ra at
Yep,
5?
yep. I
5?
think I got him at 5, but
5? Okay.
we'll get to that.
Yeah. I mean, you could just, reveal your 5, right? Like, your
yeah,
number
yeah,
5, and then you could go right into Amon-Ra.
Do you wanna do so are we just doing 5 and then 5, 5, 5, or do you guys wanna do
yeah, Italy
Yeah, I was
make
just thinking
normal.
since we'll do
yeah.
5, 5, 5, and then
Let's just
4,
let's get
3,
into this
2,
here.
1.
So, my 5 actually isn't Amon-Ra, it's
Oh.
CeeDee Lamb.
Oh,
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. We
Oh,
all have CeeDee Lamb at 5.
nice.
And then I have Justin Jefferson at 4.
I have Jamar Chase at 4.
And then this is my Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Okay. Then who's your 3?
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Mine is Jay Jettas.
Mine is Puka. And my 2 is JSN.
My 2 is Puka.
My 2 is also JSN, and my 1 is Puka.
My 1 is JSN.
My 1 is Jamar. Wow, this is
So
a crazy
so this was the hardest part for me because I think any of these, like, top 5, they can all be even top 6 for me, at least, could
Yeah,
be, like they're super interchangeable.
this is so hard.
And I think what I wanna touch on first is why I had Justin Jefferson so low because I haven't got to talk about it. And it's
Yeah,
the same reason or actually, it's not the same reason as Jamar Chase, but, um, Justin Jefferson is lower for me because of 9 and pretty much strictly 9. He he has a great offensive-minded head coach, um, but he but dude, we can't get it done with 9, and I think it's just holding him back statistically, it's holding him back from winning, and I'm never gonna question Justin Jefferson's talent. I think he's easily a top 3 talent at the wide receiver position, but when you look at statistics and during the game, I can't I can't get him much higher. I really can't.
I have him higher because He doesn't have 9, he has Kyler Murray, and I'm high.
Oh, there you go, yes.
I'm high on the I don't know, I'm high on this Kyler Murray, Justin Jefferson
Yeah.
Yep.
connection. I truly think, and you can, whatever, quote this, whatever, at the end of the season. I truly think this is gonna be a career resurgence for Kyler Murray.
It'd be
I
awesome.
think
Yeah.
he's
That would be
just gonna
awesome.
I think mentally, he's just happy to be out of Arizona,
Yeah.
and he's got the best wide receiver. We episode 1, we talked about it, I think. Our first episode a couple weeks back, I had a whole thing about it, so
Yeah.
I won't get too far into it, but that's why I have Justin Jefferson.
I just like yeah, that also plays a factor why I have him at 4 is I'm more confident now that they have Kyler Murray probably starting.
Right.
Where, like, look what Kyler did when he had DeAndre Hopkins in Arizona. Like,
True.
he did really good. DeAndre Hopkins did really good. So I think and even before that, I know there's the whole JJ McCarthy stuff, but I mean, I think Justin Jefferson still had 1,000 yards,
Yeah. No, he
and
still
he
played
was
great,
hurt,
yeah.
and he had probably some of the worst quarterback play a whole year
Yeah.
out of any quarterback. Darren's gonna fact check real quick.
I don't think he had 1,000 yards, that's why it was a big
Oh,
thing. It was like his first year without 1,000 yards.
no, he hit it.
He hit it.
What year was
No, I think he's hit it every single year, and
1,000 every single year.
that's why it, like, hurt me to put him this
Oh,
low.
wait,
I
no,
was
he was
like,
hurt one year. He had, I think, like, 900. Oh, he still hit it. There was a year he
wow,
missed, like, I think, what is that? He played 10 games, and he still hit 1,000
yeah.
yards.
that's
And
insane.
that's why, like, you just look at his career stats, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god." Like, this is the best start to a
Oh,
wide receiver career we've seen since Jerry Rice.
it
Yeah.
was the touchdown pass on the
And
left side.
he's an incredible player. I'm also putting him this high because I have him in Dynasty, so I need him to be this good, but enough fantasy.
Yeah.
He's an incredibly talented player, and I think despite quarterback play, like, Kirk Cousins has never been the best. Sam Darnold wasn't the best all year, while he was better than they've had, and he's never been, like, top quarterback. He's never had, like, top 10 quarterback play with a lot of these guys have, like Jamar Chase. I'd say this year JSN had top 10 quarterback play. Puka Nakua's had Matthew Stafford his whole career. CeeDee Lamb has had Dak Prescott, who has the counting stats and a lot of people will put in their top 10.
My 10.
Yep, there you go. I mean, a lot of these guys have had top 10 quarterback play, but I don't know if we've ever said, like, "Yeah, Kirk Cousins is definitely top 10." Or, like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, JJ McCarthy's top 30." Like,
Ah,
Yikes.
eesh.
I don't know. So I just think despite not elite quarterback play, he still put up these counting
Yeah.
stats, and I'm like,
And
"Yeah,
last year, Jettas had not just McCarthy, they also had Max Brosmer throwing him the ball, and, like, he had, like, 3 different quarterbacks,
Yeah.
Carson Wentz,
yeah."
Yeah.
And he
so
still hit 1,007
it
touchdowns.
was
Like,
just
that's a good year,
he just had
and
2
you're having
touchdowns
some
last
of
year, and
the
that was it.
worst quarterback play I've seen in years. So
Oh,
I'm cool with 4.
that was the stat that I had mixed up. He only had 2 touchdowns last year. That was yeah, that was the big thing. It was just like, yeah,
2?
2.
Yep.
Nuh-uh. Pull
Well,
it up again.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the touchdowns. I was looking at the yards. So apologies for the detour. I just
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
all right, well, you're still my wide receiver 4.
Yeah.
So who have we not talked about?
Uh,
Well, we can get back onto Amon-Ra St. Brown, where you were like,
Yeah.
he needs to take another step to be an elite wide receiver.
and
I think he is.
I can't tell you what that another step is. So, I don't know if it's just some kind of weird, like,
I
thing
think
that
it's
I
a
have
mental block
against
then. If you
I
can't, like,
think so.
if you can't say what it
I
is,
think
then I think
so.
it's just a refusal to
Like,
like,
I
it's
just
just like it's a mental block where it's like, I don't really know what it takes to be an elite wide receiver, and I don't know what steps he needs to take, but
it's
I think
weird.
he's there.
Like, it
He
to me, it's just weird sitting there and being like, Jettas, JSN, Jamar Chase, and then I feel like St. Brown feels like such an outlier to me. I don't know what it is.
I think he's elite. He's got really reliable hands. He's proved it year in, year out. He gets, like, so many catches. Like, he's
Yeah.
so reliable with his
Yeah.
hands, but he
Yeah.
will get some pretty bad drops, and I'm sure Lions fans are I say reliable hands, and they're like, "Oh, what about this drop, this drop, this drop?" But that's part of being a wide receiver is when
Part
you
of the
get that much
game.
volume, you're gonna drop it,
Yep.
and he's definitely struggled with drops the last couple of years, but I still think he's a really good wide receiver, and
Yeah.
he's elite from the slot. He's really good after the catch. He's a really crafty and savvy route runner. Uh, he has been the heartbeat of that Lions receiving
It's
room,
true.
and he isn't credited with it, but he is the reason that Jameson Williams has a lot of the yards he does. And that's not to discredit Jameson Williams.
No.
I'm a big fan of his too, but Amon-Ra St. Brown is an elite receiver in this league
Uh,
for sure.
I'm gonna talk about why I got Jamar Chase at 5 real quick.
That's right. We did talk about it.
Uh,
Yeah, wasn't it 4?
no, it's 5.
And you had him at 4?
3.
3?
Oh, wait. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Someone had him at
I
4.
had
I
Yeah,
had him
okay.
at 3.
CD was 5,
Yeah. Yep.
but I had Jamar at 4. Uh, I think just, like, if Joe Burrow stays healthy and Jamar Chase stays healthy, I'll take my L at 4. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I I I was looking at this and going into next year, like, where I think they will be, and
Yeah,
I
week
just
1.
Jamar he's so good. I think the guys I put over him, I think I like more going into next year. I think they're coming off of JSN's coming off the Super Bowl in a career
Yeah.
year. Puka is, like, living life right now with Matthew Stafford. Uh, Jettas is gonna have, like, that fresh start with
Yeah.
Kyler Murray, and
Yeah.
I just think the Bengals need to get off on the right foot, and if they do that, and I eat my words, I eat my words. I mean, you hear we can pull back up at going into the playoffs, but it's not to discredit his ability as a wide receiver. I just wanna make that clear. I don't think that, like, it's just the circumstances is what made me put him at 4.
So, who did you have above him?
Puka, JSN, and Jettas.
Okay. So, yeah. No, I mean, I'm kinda in the same boat as you, Jaron. I think, like, if Joe Burrow can stay healthy, mainly Joe Burrow, then we could talk about Jamar Chase at 1 because I think he's talent-wise probably the best wide receiver in the league. But again, it comes down to, can the O-line block for Joe Burrow? Can Joe Burrow stay healthy? Um, and also, I think a big thing for me why I have Puka and JSN higher, I just like their situations better than I like Jamar Chase's, and I'm kinda looking at an entire, like, offense when I rank these. So, I don't know, I think, Puka has the MVP throwing him the ball, great offensive line, great defense even, that's gonna help him get more targets. I just think I don't know, I like Puka, but yeah, with Jamar Chase, it has nothing to do with his talent. I think he's arguably 1, maybe 2 talent-wise in the league. Him and Justin, I think, are both incredibly talented wide receivers.
Jamar Chase is my number 1, and it is simply for the reasons we've been talking about. He is the most talented wide receiver in the entire league, and he has what many would say is a top 5 quarterback when healthy throwing him the ball. And I know there's the whole injury stuff, but I've made excuses for injuries with quarterbacks where, like, oh, if this quarterback's hurt, you get a new quarterback and the wide receiver doesn't look the same. But he had 42-year-old Joe Flacco throwing him the ball, and he was still putting up 100-yard games. He didn't have quite as much touchdowns as he did last year,
Yep.
but it to me, it does not matter who's throwing him the ball. Jamar Chase will find a way to get his catches, to get open, to get his touchdowns. He is the best wide receiver in the league because he is a we say 5-tool in baseball. He's a 5-tool wide receiver. He does everything.
Yeah.
He's great at the catch point. He's a great route runner. He's quick as hell. He's elusive. And yeah, he had Jake Browning too.
Yeah.
I It does not matter who's throwing Jamar Chase the ball. He will just
Also, like,
make a
something
play.
else I wanted to touch on when specifically talking about Jamar Chase is if I put him in, like, Puka's shoes, you know how good he would be as a Rams wide receiver with Matthew Stafford throwing him the ball? It I just wish he was in a better situation because I think he's the most talented wide receiver.
Jaron's pulling up stats right now of Jamar Chase with Jake Browning as his quarterback, and that happened for 15 games. He had Jake Browning as his starting quarterback, and Jamar Chase had 88 catches, 976 yards, and 7 touchdowns in not even a whole season
It's pretty awesome
with
with
That
Jake
Jaguars
Browning.
game is insane.
Yeah.
yeah, 12 catches, 100 or 11 catches, 149 yards.
Is this,
touchdown,
compiled
And a
from
tutty.
and a
Oh,
tutty.
it is a couple different years, I see, okay.
Yeah, it's spread out across his
Yeah,
entire
I
career with
see.
Jake Browning, but
And Jake Browning is, like,
look at
bottom
that
of the
other
barrel, bro.
Wait,
Yeah.
Uh
All right. So we're gonna drop a little fantasy bomb on you.
Yeah.
If Jake Browning is the starting quarterback and he is throwing to Jamar Chase against the Jacksonville Jaguars, whether it's home or away for the Bengals, start Jake Browning and Jamar Chase. Holy mackerel.
Yeah.
They've played the Jaguars twice as starting quarterback and wide receiver. First time was December 4th of 23. Jamar Chase had 11
Yeah.
catches on 12 targets with 149 yards and a touchdown. Then they played him in 2025, and he had 14 catches on only 2 drops or non-catches with 165 yards and a touchdown.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Look
Jake Browning, Jamar Chase, stack it when they play the Jags.
Can we look at, Jamar Chase versus the Ravens? I got it, yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And again, this is why I don't question the man's talent.
hey, he's
'Cause again,
killed
it was
Baltimore.
these 3, it was Puka, JSN, Jamar. I'm sitting here, like,
Yep.
I'm having in the gym, I'm, like, crashing out.
Ugh.
Look at that.
201. Oh,
No, look down here too.
yeah.
So
We'll read.
go up to the top. This
Yeah,
this will
yeah,
sound
top
better.
to bottom, let's do it.
Or no, I'm saying just look at the very top. Like scroll up. In 10 games versus the Ravens, 10. He has 75 catches, 1,200 yards, and 8 touchdowns.
Yep.
He kills the Ravens.
Yep. Damn right he
I
does.
bet the
No,
Browns
scroll
are
down.
probably about the same counting stats
Look
too.
down here. Yep, there you go. Read that one off.
11 catches on 17 targets, 3 touchdowns, and drum roll, please. 264 receiving yards.
So I rest my case.
NFL
He
record's
is
300, by
Yep.
the way. So,
He is the best wide receiver in the entire league.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go see the Browns.
I don't think it's as good against the
Not
Browns,
as
but
good.
Browns are locking
Never
him
mind.
up.
Maybe
yeah.
check the Steelers.
I just watched it, the Ravens game, obviously, and Jamar Chase tears us apart every single time.
Yeah, it's just the Ravens.
Trust me, I know. Trust me.
It's the Ravens,
I've
kid.
never once
This is
doubted
gonna
this
be
guy's
high.
talent. Never once.
Oh, played him 3 times and has 400 yards on 31 catches. And 2 of those, his 2 best games against the Jaguars are with Jake Browning throwing him the football. By golly.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is number 1.
All right.
I get it. Yeah, no. I just
Um,
I think if I put
Let's
like
Yeah.
like I said, if I put Jamar or like Justin or CD in Puka's situation, I think they all become the best wide receiver in the
let's
league.
talk about Puka now.
Do it.
So where'd everyone have him? I had him at 3.
I had him at 2.
He was number 1.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
I think catch radius, incredible. Route running, incredible. Has the best quarterback right now. Well, best quarterback last year throwing him the ball.
Top 10 quarterback.
Top 10. Yeah, top 10 quarterback throwing him the ball. MVP. I think the only reason they didn't win a Super Bowl is because the Rams didn't have a defense or cornerbacks specifically. But
And what did they do?
yeah, yeah,
Just got
Yeah.
the Chiefs.
they
Two.
just got
It
2
also
Chiefs corners. We've brought this up every episode, I think. But
it also helps
Damn
when
it.
you got Devontae Adams lining up on the other side of the field to take some
Yeah.
eyes off of Puka.
yeah, it does. No, I don't know. I'm really high on Puka. I don't think he's as talented as some of the other guys that I have on this list, but like I said, can make any catch, reliable hands, fast, great route runner, great frame. I, best situation I think in the league. So yeah, I got Puka at my number one.
Echo what Riley said,
Yeah, I
except
think
that too. 'Cause I think JSN is, the Emerald City route artist.
he is
The Emerald City route artist.
so Puka is kinda like the Jahmyr Gibbs person for me, where I get so worried when he has the football in his hands. Not necessarily because he's just, like, ultra fast or ultra
Yeah,
elusive guy, but it just I don't know. It could just be the Ram system, but I feel like every time he touches the ball, that thing could go yard.
he makes plays, bro.
He's a playmaker.
Yeah,
He is the definition of a playmaker.
yep.
I mean, like Riley was saying, I echo a lot. Catch radius, attacking the catch point, really good route runner, really just clean feet. I mean, like, he's got the footwork to be a really good wide receiver. He's got the route tree. He's got the rack
Yeah.
ability. I
Yep.
mean, I go on and on. This guy, everyone talks about how many yards JSN had last season. I think it was like second all time, maybe.
Yeah.
No, I think it was no, it was second. So it went Cooper Cup's MVP year, and
Mhm.
then it went JSN this year, and then Puka this year was third. And I feel like no one talks about
Yeah.
Puka had 2,000 yards, including the playoffs.
Yep.
Like, that's insane.
He also in the one game that we played the Rams, he also owns the Ravens. But this was with Cooper Cup on the team,
Yeah.
like, good prime Cooper Cup on the team, so it's not that great of a stat line, but I remember there was this one catch that he had in the rain with no gloves, and it mind boggled me.
You guys watched that Eagles Rams playoff game last year, right?
Uh,
In the snow,
yes.
in the
Yep.
snow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So they were driving down the last drive, and we had, I think it would have been who was our other? It would have been Isaiah Rodgers, I believe, guarding him on the outside. And of course, this is a beautiful ball by Matthew Stafford, but like this is like 2 minute drill. Like need to get this
Yeah.
first down.
Yep.
Just throws it up to Puka, dimes it on the
Mhm.
sideline, toe drag. I'm like, there's just nothing they can do.
Yeah.
Like you could put
His
you
toe
could
drag.
put prime Richard
Oh
Sherman
my
on that, and he's
gosh.
still not doing
No,
anything.
I think his footwork on the sideline
Yep.
in the back of the end zone is probably the best in the league.
Toe
He
drag
yeah,
swag is
he is
real with that one.
incredible with it. It is like I'm telling you, like when you see him make a toe drag catch, it is mere like inches from the white hashes on the sideline. It is
You have to
crazy.
like
Yeah.
really stare at the TV to
Yes,
see those
dude.
pellets come up. You're
Yes,
like, all
he's
right, let me see the
incredible.
green.
He wears those white cleats too,
Yeah, he
so
does wear the white cleats.
that helps a little bit.
Uh huh.
That's tech.
Yeah.
They don't teach that. All right. I think yeah,
JSN,
I
you
landed at
touching?
JSN because you have him at one.
Emerald City route artist.
It's
Most receiving yards last year. Super Bowl winner. Prime of his career. Need I say more? I like his route running.
Yep.
I like his catch point. I like his speed. I don't think he's gonna slip up this year. I don't see where he goes down. Maybe yard wise. I mean, it's hard to replicate that
yeah,
every year. But like,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, like production wise and like ability, he's not. I just think that going into this year, if I had to choose one wide receiver to have another great year, it's gonna be
JSN.
JSN. He's healthy. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
He's got. I mean, Sam Darnold. Like I said in one of the past episodes, I don't think he's gonna just like go back to seeing ghosts.
No.
So I don't know. It's hard for me to take the best wide receiver last year and not carry him over into this year.
Yeah. My biggest reason why I didn't have him at one is I feel like I shouldn't start with why I didn't have him on. I should have why I have him at two because, like Jaron just said, he had the most receiving yards last year, and he earned it. He earned every one of those yards. I don't care if like people are like, "Oh, he just took like everyone points to that like screen, like that halfback like angle route. It's like, dude, this is the easiest thing to defend." Well, they did. He scored a touchdown on it. So I I don't know. The the only reason that I don't have him at one is because I'm slightly worried about the OC change, where this is a first time play caller, and JSN has had bad offensive coordinator play in recent years with I think it was, like, Shane Waldron he had Shane
Yes.
Waldron his rookie year, and he I remember that clip at I think it was at the draft maybe or something. It was some interview, and or maybe it was, like, Super Bowl weekend. He was like someone asked him, like, "How do you feel about, your old OC Shane Waldron going to the Bears?" And he was he kinda did like a he's like, "Yeah, I hope they do good."
Shane
Like,
Waldron's
you
like
could just tell, like, he is happy he was happy he left, and he was not a fan of his, and it kinda proved it 'cause then the Bears
yeah.
didn't do good.
Yeah.
Shane Waldron just, like, does not have a good track record with wide
No,
receivers. It's weird.
no, but I just pushed back from number 1 in the league just 'cause of new OC change, and you can quote me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Jamar Chase has a new offensive coordinator going into this year, so it's a lot of continuity with him. And that's kinda why I had one, and
Yeah.
even if he did, I really don't care because he's
Yeah.
done this year in and year out, where for JSN, this is kind of the first year where it's been, like, a dominant year. Yeah, they've had him since January 2024. This is the first time it's been a dominant year for JSN, where in years past, he wasn't he was a young player, so he didn't have, like, these, like, insane, like, 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns, whereas this year he was, like, what, 1,900 and, like, 12 touchdowns or
He
something?
was very close to the Triple Crown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was, I think, 10 catches away and 3 touchdowns away.
He's an incredible player. I
Yeah.
mean, just another five-tool player like I was talking about, where he's got the speed, the route
Yeah.
running, the
Yeah.
hands, catch point, attacking the catch point, and just really good footwork. I mean, he's got all the things you look for with the best receiver in the league, but my guy's Jamar Chase, so, that's where I'm leaning. Alright, I mean, did you wanna touch on JSN or I mean,
No, I think you
yeah.
guys did it all. I think the only reason I had him at 2 was just the Super Bowl game wasn't that great, but he had Gonzo guarding him, so
Yeah,
I can't I take that with a grain of salt. But
Yeah.
he
got the shout to Christian
no,
Gonzalez.
and yeah, no, Gonzo is incredible. I think we're gonna do a top 10 corners at some point here, but, I JSN is incredible. I think you guys said it best, so
Yeah. Alright, well, that's our top 10 wide receivers. We didn't touch on every single player, but,
That it was.
yeah. There's a lot of
a lot of good wide
talented
receivers,
wide
yeah.
receivers in the
Yeah.
league, so
It's
it's hard
just
to
it's deep.
Like,
yeah,
yeah, we were talking about honorable mentions, like, a lot of us had Drake London as an honorable mention, Chris Olave.
yep,
I had Devontae Smith as an
yep.
honorable mention, I'm sure
Yeah.
maybe
I think
DJ
even
did.
Davante Adams you could throw in
Devontae
there.
Adams is
Yeah.
definitely an
He's
honorable mention.
incredible.
Um, I think guys like Jalen Waddle.
What about Zay Flowers?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, I
No.
mean, he had 1,200 yards last
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
It's not like he was
he
horrible.
was
It's just
great. I love Zay
a
Flowers.
lot of Ravens fans just, like, clown on him. They're like,
I don't
he's not
clown on him.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying, like, people I see on Twitter just like, "He's not this, like, dominant X." I'm like, "Okay, he doesn't need to be. He's not getting 1,200 yards by accident. Like,
I think
he's a
he
good
fits our
player."
scheme
Yeah.
pretty well.
Yeah.
So, no, a lot of good wide receivers. This is a really hard list to make, but I'm happy with mine. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, that's been
alright.
another
Yeah.
episode of the Kickoff Pod. It's been a pleasure as always,
Yeah.
you guys. It's been a pleasure seeing your guys' support too. So I want to thank you guys for everything that you guys have done with the likes, the views, the comments, the shares, whatever you all do. We appreciate it. And not only does it help us, but it also helps you. So we thank you very, very much. And we hope that you enjoy and keep going with us. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think with that being said, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, potentially.
Potentially.
We might be here, we might not.
It
Maybe
looks,
we will, and we're just keeping you on your toes. You have to tune in next week
yeah.
Find out.
or not.
All right. Peace out.
Yeah.
See ya.